which I've never met a human that intelligent. You know, I've met humans who are intelligent in certain things. I've met organizations which are very high powered but still fuck up a lot, right? To have such an elite organization, better than the CIA or MI6, who fuck up all the time, and we know about it, right? Beyond that, more capable. I'm going by like who defines culture and these kind of things. And
Uh,
I think the culture is basically an organic shit show. Yeah, of course, you know, you can sway it, and organizations are there to sway it.
mhm.
But I see a very organic growth from the
See, I
pit.
used to think that, but I think the more that I suppose the more of a conspiracy theorist I've become, the more I see an agenda behind everything, and I think that is the definition of a conspiracy theorist. Actually, is somebody who sees the strategy behind everything and tries to, um, like rather than believing that things happen organically, that there's a conspiracy, basically a plan behind things, and that there are strings being pulled behind the scenes. And I've been this way for years. So I'm always looking for explanations that are not that point to things not being organic and not being grassroots and natural, but manipulated. And I see the whole world that way. And you
But
can
if
talk about any subject. You could talk about gender ideology. You could talk about race relations, and I feel like
but
so much of it is engineered.
no, but for me,
Hmm.
conspiracy is basically a loose theory. And then a loose theory is something that doesn't have evidence.
Yeah,
And then you conduct an entire study with it and you dedicate a PhD to this and then
yeah.
you prove the points.
Hmm.
Then okay, then it's no longer a conspiracy. It's just a
Hmm.
fact.
Yes,
Example,
and that's the thing, right? What people call conspiracies are usually just truths that haven't been accepted yet. And then
no, no,
one or
no.
two years later,
It's
then they
not that
become.
accepted. It's just
Pardon?
it's just a very kind of um it's a very surface view of, you know, if there's something very deep underneath it, then you should
Mhm.
explore it. And then
Yeah.
you know, should be able to prove it. So if there is this organization um or some engineering,
Hmm.
uh, like there's nothing really stopping us with the power of the internet, social media,
Yeah.
uh, with just so much available information,
Hmm.
we should be able to find who's engineering it. And to be honest,
But see, that's
I,
exactly what's happening right now, and I think that's why the world is in the state it's in right now, because we do have the internet and we have um, independent research, independent journalism, and voices that are not like mainstream media, corporate sponsor voices that are sharing things. Like there's so many whistleblowers now as well, speaking out, that have a platform, that are exposing a lot of the things that we're not supposed to know. And so we are actually seeing like so many things that we've been told by the government in the past, that things that we're supposed to believe,
bullshit, yeah.
turning out to be untrue because of this, because of our access to information. And I think it's a very scary time for the establishment, like the orthodoxy, that
Yeah,
they've lost control of the narrative. And I think that's one of the reasons why Trump is so despised by the media, because he threatens to expose so much stuff that he really isn't supposed to do as the
yeah.
president. He oversteps his remit, right? But he is a conspiracy theorist, and he's always been hammering on about the deep state. And when he talks about draining the swamp, he's talking about purging the deep state, the influence of the deep state from government, and bringing government back to a entity that serves the people, not shadowy interests that we don't see. And so he talks about it a lot, and that's why he's such a threat to the system, and they will stop at nothing to demonize him and call him. Like, did you see the way recently he was nominated Times Person of the Year for 2024? Did you see the way the media covered it? They said Trump joins the same club as Hitler because Hitler was once Times Person of the Year. That's how the headline that they used. And then you have to read the article to see that what they meant is that he was nominated Times Person of the Year. Like, what a dishonest way to report that. I mean, Biden and Harris both have also been Times Person of the Year in the past. That's how much they want people to hate Trump. It's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of things to dislike about Trump. I'm not. I voted Trump. I mean, I would have voted Trump if I
Yeah,
could.
yeah,
I'd definitely vote him.
yeah.
He'd be a great president. It's great for America. But at the same time, there's a lot. I can say this
He
about
is
anybody.
flawed, but I've never been somebody who aligns myself with any political party or any leader and thinks that they're going to be the savior. Like, I swing left or right all the time. I've done, I've
I
been
mean,
because I've been alive
there's
for
definitely
52
really good
years. I've
people. I
changed
think
my.
I think Andrew Yang was brilliant.
Mhm.
I just don't agree with universal basic income. I think it's going to cost too much, and I think it's silly.
Oh, but you know why that they talk about that so much is because with AI,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, but
so many
still,
people will be out of work,
yeah,
accountancy, law, like so many professions that just be wiped out. The
yeah.
entire middle class is going to be their jobs will be at risk once
Yeah,
AI reaches
I
a
think
certain stage.
I think Bernie Sanders is a wonderful human being. I just don't agree
Yes,
with his policies. But I think
yeah,
he's
I
a really
agree.
nice, lovely guy.
Yes, yeah,
He's a better person than I am, than I
yeah,
will ever be. If he
yeah,
was my grandfather, I would love him to bits. If he was the mayor of my town, that'd be brilliant.
yeah,
But if he's going to be the president of the most powerful country in the world, then it can be dangerous, right?
yeah.
But I think
It
there's no
takes a
good.
bit of a bastard to run the show.
Yeah, it's a fuck show. But that's
Mm.
why I think that we're living in an organic shit show rather than an engineered thing.
Yeah,
Because there's nobody behind Bernie Sanders. There's absolutely nobody who can say to Bernie Sanders, "Listen, I'm going to take away your family." It's just not going to happen.
yeah,
He's living his truth. There are many powerful people in America living their truth, on the right and left. America has a very fragmented, powerful society, that all vie for power, and I think it's very healthy. And what you said about conspiracies, like the BBC covered up a lot of shit. This is brilliant that we have access to this now.
yeah,
So it's not conspiracies anymore. It's just
yeah,
facts,
yeah.
right? So
Yes. Yeah,
I,
because I feel like conspiracy theory is actually a very crude term. It's
yeah, yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
meaningless.
It doesn't give it justice
yeah,
for actually what this potential
yeah.
is.
When I call
Like,
myself a conspiracy theorist, I'd say it tongue in cheek, like jokingly, because I don't actually the things that I believe. I do not think that they're conspiracies. They're
I
just
mean, things
um,
things like, was Diana killed off by MI6?
mhm.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a perfectly legitimate question
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
she was going to support Palestine,
yeah.
and she was dating some Arab dude.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, look, conspiracy theories, it doesn't do nearly the justice to
No,
basic human curiosity. Number one, human
yeah,
curiosity to make our life interesting and bit more spicy is a fantastic thing. Number two, I think having a healthy distrust for any institution is very, very good.
yeah.
I need to have a healthy distrust of even my best friend
Hmm.
or my
But you know
business.
that the term itself, conspiracy theory, was invented by the CIA because they wanted a way of discrediting any sort of theories that were considered a threat. You know, when people are sniffing too close to the truth and they don't want people to be going down that line of thinking, call it a conspiracy theorist, and then the average person will dismiss it. That's all it is. It's a way of getting people off the scent.